Welcome back to the GSTL Prime vs. ZeNEX with Wolf and Caldor. The map is going to be Antigua Shipyard. And we have Sage chosen by ZeNEX.
Yes, Sage for ZeNEX. We have Terran against Protoss. Marine King to the left. Sage to the right. Antigua Shipyard. And well, Prime is up 3-2. And we just talked about it. We might, if Marine King is able to take down Sage, we might just see an ulti.
We may very well. He will have beaten 2 of the race bosses, man. The race bosses, they're Sage, Sculpt, and of course, the player that just lost, his name escapes me for like whatever reason, Seal. Seal, Sage, and Sculpt, man. The 3 Terran, Terran, Zerg, and Protoss. It's like sort of to just get these thoughts out of my head. I want to watch this game, Caldor. The map is loaded. But we'll see if Marine King can beat the Protoss boss of ZeNEX and put his team 1 game away from victory here at the GSTL.
He is up against the Protoss boss of ZeNEX. He already defeated 3 players so far. We have him on Antigua Shipyard at the right side of the map. In the red color we have
Marine King Prime!
Played very, very well. He didn't leave Seal a fighting chance on the last snap. Seal pulled his probes too late, too few of them. And Marine King, he was just merciless. He killed every single probe drone there was and was so far ahead that Seal just GG'd out his opponent in the 4th game. In his 4th game is the Protoss player from ZeNEX. It is
ZeNEX Sage!
the Protoss player with the yellow keys, with the yellow keyboard.
Yeah, and I wonder why. I mean, he is a Protoss player. He also has yellow headphones.
Maybe he just likes yellow.
Maybe he does. I guess that makes sense. I mean, I would, if I didn't like yellow, I would not have a yellow keyboard, nor would I have yellow headphones.
Unless you lost the bet.
I guess.
But then I would go for pink.
Well, here's the thing though, Caldor. I would never accept a bet in which I would have to buy yellow keyboard if I lost. What a silly bet. That's so stupid. Like, why would I ever accept that?
Well, TLO accepted a bet where he was not allowed to, or is still not allowed to shave. But was it a bet, or is it just something that he decided to do? I actually don't know.
I don't know, man. I think it's a mistake, though.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Nexus first coming out from Sage, and that's going to work out really well for him because Marine King is going to be doing his trademark 1 barracks expand. And he has not yet scouted. He's sending his SCV across the map now, and the probe sees the command center, so very, very good build order here for Sage. Very lucky. Even has a pylon to spot for possible bunkering. So set.
I'm really excited to see what Sage is going to do now. He has been sitting on the bench the entire time. He had to watch 3 of his teammates go down against Marine King, and he must have thought, well, what exactly would I do if I would be up against him now? And he chose Antigua Shipyard, and we will see what strategy he tries to use in order to finally take down Marine King and make sure that his team still has a fighting chance to win this team battle. Because right now it's looking pretty grim.
A forge going down.
Very early.
Yeah.
Very, very early.
Very early, like a 4-minute forge, and that may be for possibly cannoning himself to defend, but I think more likely it's actually just going to be for super fast +1 armor. Now, do you know of the series Curious George? It's about a monkey.
I already like it.
Well,
It's about a monkey.
There's a monkey, he goes through these problems. It's a children's book, and it was later made into a TV show. We'll hold that thought as these Marines are going to pressure here a little bit. They're going to be chased away, but there was a man in a yellow hat that kind of was a little bit mysterious, and he basically was like the lesson teacher of the series, and I feel like maybe Sage is like the man in the yellow hat for Curious George. I'm thinking about that. I'm like, well, he's got the yellow keyboard, and he's really smart, and he probably has a pet monkey, so yeah, I could see that. I think some people, I mean, you don't obviously know because you never saw the series, but I think some people at home are like, oh my god, Wolf knows all these great analogies. Yeah, I think Sage is the man in the yellow hat. Does he have a yellow hat at home? I don't know, but He has a yellow keyboard, he has yellow headphones. It stands to reason he probably does. He probably has a yellow pillowcase too, man.
Total Biscuit probably has a yellow hat. He has a lot of hats, so he might have a yellow one. And we will find out if we can ask Sage later.
We can ask him, yeah. I can ask him that. Now he's making a photon cannon here, so...
And the +1 arm upgrade.
Yeah, so both upgrades there. Or well, both the cannon and the upgrade. And fast starport coming out from Marine King. And attack lab.
Super, super fast upgrades. There's already the problem for Terran player that they somehow have to keep up with the upgrade advantage that Protoss usually has. But at the same time, I think QX... Was it QXC? I think he made a... post, some kind of blog where he actually wrote about the upgrades, that if Terran players or if Protoss players really start with all the upgrades, they have an advantage for about 1 minute to 1.5 where they have the better upgrades, which is obviously a huge window of opportunity to attack. But with this very early forge that we've seen by Sage, he will just have such a great advantage. He's already going for the Twilight Council right there so that he can get the +2 armor upgrade, and wow, I have to say that I'm really excited to see what Sage is going to do right now.
I like Marine King's choice to go for a delayed cloak here. There is no robo, there is a forge so he can place cannons, but that's usually not adequate to deal with cloak banshees.
I'm usually not a really big fan of the delayed cloak, but in this case it will help him quite a lot. You just pointed out we don't have a forge just yet, sorry, not a forge, but robotics just yet.
Right.
But he has a forge. He could build, he could try to get some cannons up, but I feel if the cloak hits, he attacks with the Banshee. There's the cannon.
God.
What a nice timing.
Look at this timing on the +2 armor though. Right when the forge finishes, he gets +2 armor and charge. Like, I mean, as soon as the Twilight Council finishes, +2 armor and charge. So really nice time on that. I can see this build has been really well practiced by Sage.
Especially with the cannon. The cannon it's the perfect timing for the cannon. He builds the cannon in his mineral line and the Banshee is on its way. We don't have cloak just yet. This is beautiful.
Yeah, there's no cannon in the secondary, the natural mineral line though, so he will lose probes there, at least temporarily, while the Banshee arrives.
That will be a little bit of a problem.
Yeah, definitely so. Banshee with 78 cloak energy right now.
He skipped the cannon at the natural, and that is going to be a huge problem for Sage. He will probably be a little bit annoyed by now. He's just now throwing down his robotics, trying to get into the main base though, and well, there's the cannon, but how much tier units does he have? He does have 1 single stalker and 2 sentries, that's all there is to it right
I
now.
feel like Marine King actually could be doing more with this. He didn't realize the reason why he was being shot was just a cannon at the front. And then he pulled back. He's actually only gotten 6 kills here. I mean, that's a lot, but could have been a lot worse.
I don't know. I have to say that I was really impressed by the build of Sage, but now I feel skipping the second cannon at the natural was a huge mistake, and he loses a sentry. He loses like 6 or 7 SCVs. Probes loses the sentry as well. That is definitely too much.
Worker count right now, 43 probes to 48 SCVs. The sentry count down to 1. He also has 1 High Templar in the mix, so a little bit of a awkward unit composition now for Sage. He's got 7 Zealots, 3 Stalkers, 1 sentry, and a High Templar. He's about to lose another one.
Oh, wow. Was really close. About to lose the High Templar, second one. +3 armors being researched.
That's going to put him at a really interesting time because Marine King doesn't even have any upgrades right now. He's about to have +1. But if he goes with Guardian Shield, Charged Zealots, as a timing attack at Marine King's natural, they're going to break through almost anything. It looks like
oh my god, he's losing the pylon that powers how many buildings? The Forge,
5.
the Cybernetics Core, and 3 Warp Gates. Sage with a very, very interesting build, very nice, looked to be really refined, but there were a couple of holes and Marine King used every single one of them.
Marine King's moving out right now, and he's about to hit. He's going to hit his opponent at the worst possible moment for him. He's going to be there with Stim, +3 armor. I don't know how else it's going to work out for Marine King.
Does he have Combat Shield yet?
Yeah, he does have that.
Does have Combat Shield,
no Stim though.
Well, how many High Temples do we have? We have 2, and additional 2 are being warped in. He might actually be able to finish Storm in time if he
needs to get the Banshee because he has no anti-air.
What did he just do? Why not save the... Oh god, Sage and Marine King now with a 50 supply advantage.
Yeah, I think he's just going to end this one. Storm is not quite done. It's not done yet.
Oh,
and the Marines are already split here, Caldor.
He's going for the for the command center.
Well, the command center is actually going to be useful here to block.
Yes, it is. It can block. And there are finally a bunch of storms. Marine King dropping in supply, but it might already be too late. One of the tanks is gone still. 3 of them are strong in the back. Siege up. GG by Sage. Marine King. He is 1 game short of an all-kill wolf.
You know, I was a little bit quiet during that game, and the reason why was because I'm sitting here trying to figure out exactly Sage's timings of what his ideas were there. Marine King just did not care though, man. He was like, what? Real? Oh, what? And he was like, he like scanned again. He was like, okay, I guess I just kill you now then. He's like, I think that's my next move. And it worked out. Sage he actually cut every corner. He turned a square and turned into a circle, man.
And it might have worked. It might actually have worked if not for the Banshee.
But it was a square-shaped hole, man, so when you put the circle in, it didn't work. That's what happened, man.
It's getting weird.
The Storm was almost done in time. The +3 was almost done as well, but he had no answer for the Banshees anyways, and if Marine King had saved his Banshees earlier, he would have even had more Banshees in that fight. Like, Marine King didn't even control his Banshees very well in the first place anyways.
And he did lose Warp in rounds when the pylon was killed.
He was trying to get a Robo and the Templar Storm tech, and he had like no Stalkers, he had only Zealots. He was trying to get the +3, but his opponent was making only Marines, which means Zealots are terrible against this. He just had... He teched to everything at once in the wrong order, or something went wrong. I need to go back and watch that VOD because I'm like, I don't know.
What went wrong were the 2 Banshees that went in.
Yeah,
he skipped the cannon at the natural, we talked about it, so suddenly he lost units everywhere. And then he even lost the pylons, so he lost the power on 3 of the gates, he lost power on the forge, the upgrade got delayed, he couldn't warp in additional units, and it was just kind of downhill battle from that point on. It was a very risky build, but I think if not for those 2 Banshees, he would have been in a really good position. He could have gone away with everything, but Marine King just realized, okay, I just did so much damage with the Banshees, I can just attack you head on now.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to take a look at our final player for Innis Hosa. This guy is going to have to beat the rest of our Prime members. It looks like it's... Is it Tassadar? Is he going to pick Tassadar here? Yeah,
yes.
It's Tassadar, man. I think this is a desperation move. Tassadar is good, but he fell out of Code A, man. He's not my Protoss of choice to do this.
Definitely gonna be a tough one. Oh, he has 2 hot packs. Really hot guy.
Is that so?
I never considered using 2.
I actually use 2 sometimes. If you have 1 in each coat pocket, you keep your hands in your pocket, it's quite nice, I have to say. Because otherwise you've got 1, when it's cold outside you keep switching hands, but then you have to take your hand out of your pocket, so you're like, I have to take my hand out of my pocket,
Are we just really trying to analyze the best strategy of how to use hot packs?
No, man, I already figured it out. You just take 2. I'm not analyzing anything, man. I'm telling you the answer. Just get 2 next time. I will. If you don't need to keep your hands in your pockets, you can use 1 because you can keep your hands together. Both hands can contact the hot pad. But if you're putting your hands in your pockets, you need 2 hot pads, or one of your hands is not going to be as comfortable as the other one. You have to accept that fact.
I don't know how I feel about it either. I'm really, really grateful for you telling me about it, but it's a little bit scary how much thought you obviously put into it.
Man, I think a lot about this stuff because I don't like to take taxis. Even though they're really cheap in Seoul, I really love to walk, even if it's freezing outside. Ask Tasteless and Artosis about that. They're like, Wolf he just always walks home even if it's cold.
I can see there's a huge thought process behind the decision to take 2 hot pads. I was not prepared for this, ladies and gentlemen. But I am prepared for Marine King against Tassadar, and I hope that Tassadar is prepared as well, because if he is losing the next match, then Marine King will have all killed NS Hoseo. And we are jumping into the map, which is going to be a Doom Valley.